6 common mistakes new business owners year one make. If you're watching this, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss a video in the near future, because your competitors that aren't watching this video, they're not going to be watching this and not going to avoid the failure like you are. You're going to avoid it because you're going to learn from my mistakes. You're going to learn from my trial and error. My name is Sean Myers. I've been in business for 9 years now. I've built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. And my goal is to help you, guide you in your new business the first few years. And today I'm going to be sharing 6 common tips. The first one is unexpected expenses. When you first start a business, so many things are going through your mind, right? Just like if you're experiencing that right now, whether it's year 1, 2, or 3, you're still fresh, you're still new. So you've got all kind of expenses, whether that could be utilities, marketing, products, services, software, employees, the list continues. My mindset, and if you follow me at Level Up and Live, I am big on let's keep those expenses as low as possible. And the way to do that is be intentional about it. Be intentional about using your credit card. Be intentional about using your account and routing number and what you're signing up for. Because everything nowadays, from newsletters, subscriptions, and software, that stuff all adds up. And before you know it, you're 6 months in and you're spending thousands of dollars and you're making hundreds of dollars. So you're already negative cash flow. Do you think that's going to be sustainable? So you need to be intentional about your expenses. The second one is, the common mistake is neglecting marketing. This is a huge one, guys. With social media these days across all platforms, it's pretty much free. When I first started my insurance brokerage in 2015, that's still going to this day, is I just basically did videos like this, right? I may look like an idiot. I may look crazy. I had all this energy and this enthusiasm. But at the end of the day, who do people do business with? Who they know, like, and trust. So when I was doing marketing, day one, basically, I was just sharing my journey with prospects, with my community, with my family and friends. So don't neglect marketing, right? Well, I've got to do this, Sean. I've got to make sure I talk to the customer. I got to make sure the bills are paid. I got to, all the things beside the marketing. Well, year 1, 2, and 3, you should be focusing on marketing. You should be focusing on, in my opinion, the way I did it is I just focused on the free stuff. Google My Business, marketing on Facebook, wherever your target audience is hanging out at. So just doing these handful of things. And we actually teach this in our coaching community, where we give the different tactics and strategies on these free sites on where you can get additional exposure. So don't neglect that. That's a common mistake. The third one is lack of focus. This is a huge one. I'm a big opponent or big believer in where focus goes, energy flows. So in other words, whatever you're intentional about, be intentional about it, but know that it's going to be a marathon and not a sprint, meaning it's going to take 12 months, 24 months, 36 months to see that progress, to see that needle move. You're going to have setbacks, you're going to have trials and errors, and you're going to have obstacles and struggles. A lot of times, us as entrepreneurs, myself included, 9 years ago, I started multiple business within that 5 years. Well, the problem with that is we just spread ourselves way too thin. And so what happens when you spread yourself way too thin is you lose focus, right? On that one thing that you should be, that 1 or 2 different things that you should be focusing on to drive that needle in your business, which is obviously bringing new customers, marketing, and being intentional about keeping your expenses low. The fourth one is going to be ignoring customer feedback. Don't make this mistake. What I mean by this is whether you have 1 customer or whether you have hundreds of customers, right? One of the things that we can do as business owners and entrepreneurs is we can continue to drive that needle moving forward. But then, did we ever go back and ask the first 100 customers that we wrote, hey, what's working? Hey, what's not working? And find out what you're doing well, find out what you're not doing well. You're going to learn so much from your customers. So make sure you solicit that feedback, because if you don't, you're going to pick your head up in 2 years, 3 years, and you're going to have a lot of bottlenecks in your business. You're going to have a lot of kinks, and you're going to have a lot of hiccups. And you're also, on top of that, you might start seeing your business bleed, meaning customers are leaving because you're not soliciting that feedback through reviews, through surveys, and through just picking up the phone and asking them, hey, what's working? What am I doing well? And what am I not doing well? The fifth one is failing to adapt to challenges. This one's fun. We know that we as human beings, as leaders in our business, the first 6 months, 12 months, even 18 to 24 months, guess what? You're going to evolve as a human being. And if you're watching this and you're 3 years in, 2 years in, 4 years in, you know what I'm talking about. You are going to grow personally and professionally. If you're not, it's only a recipe for disaster before you throw in the towel. So adapting to challenges is what's going to be thrown at you. Do you have that mental resilience, that mental fortitude to adapt to what's thrown at you? Because when you first start that business, how you think it's going to be in 6 months, in 12 months, in 24 months, 9 times out of 10 is not the way it's going to plan out for you. So I always like to go look at 0 to 6 months and then plan out that forward think, backwards plan, that 0 to 6 months, and then work backwards. Things still change in that time, but I can adapt. I have to adapt. And let me give you an example. When I started my landscape business, I had to, one of the things we were like, oh, do we do residential? Do we do commercial? There was all these things being thrown at us, right? And as an entrepreneur, I was like, man, you know what? It all makes sense. It's revenue. But at the end of the day, we didn't specialize commercial. We specialized in as residential lawns. And so we just stuck with residential lawns. And said over time, we had to adapt to the customers' responses in the residential lawns, meaning like they were starting to want fertilizer and all these other things that came with it, landscaping. And so did we just say, hey, we don't do this? No, we adapted to the challenges that were thrown at us. We either hired somebody to bring them onto the company, or we hired it out and subbed it out. So are you willing to adapt and not just stick with, hey, this is what it is? Last and final one is failure to plan for growth. Meaning like, okay, cool. Now you've got your head down for the first 0 to 6 months, 0, 12 months. Now you're 2 years into this bad boy. Well, what's 3 year look like? What's 4 year look like? What's 5 year look like? Things happen really quick. It moves really quickly when you're in business. And so you have to be intentional about it. And we teach this in our group coaching, in our mastermind group as well, where you have to go slow to go fast. And so a lot of times when you are a solo operator, if you have a team of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 employees, if you are the leader, you are the bottleneck in your business. So you have to plan for growth, meaning slow down to go fast. What do you want it to look like in 4 years, 5 years? And so that's one of the things when you collaborate, like in our community with our other entrepreneurs and business owners in our group coaching, we are able to slow each other down and to go fast. And what it is that you want, what's that North Star? What does that look like? And that once you have that, then that's when you can go fast because you have that shiny object, you have that rabbit that you're going after. So I hope these are 6 common mistakes new business owners make. Please give us a like and a subscribe if you like the video. Share what you liked about in the video in the comments. And then also, so to reiterate, we got 6. We got underestimating expenses, neglecting marketing, lack of focus, ignoring customer feedback, failing to adapt to challenges, and failure to plan for growth. So you're a new business owner. You're going to face challenges. I believe in you. You've got this. And if you need anything outside of that, make sure you have a fantastic day. Stay tuned for more exciting videos. Talk to you soon.